Hello and welcome to another BNFX Trader YouTube video. Our website is www.bnfxtrader.com. If you go to our website, you see so many strategies we have published to trade Forex and Volatility Index assets. Please, we want you to like our videos, subscribe to our channel, make comments, give us feedback, and then hit the notification so that when we roll out more videos, you'll be the first to see our videos. Today we'll be looking at mega smash strategy. Mega smash strategy. This is a very good strategy. You can use this strategy on any assets, whether Euro USD or Volatility Index 5, or is it boom and crash, or Nasdaq 100. You can use this strategy for any asset. Mega smash strategy. The ideal time frame for this strategy is 15 minutes time frame. These are the conditions you should look out for when using this strategy. 1. Look out for price snake or slide between support and resistance zones. Price snake or slide between support and resistance zones. 2. Price break and close above resistance zone, below support zone, above 4-hour period range high, below 4-hour period range low. 3. Price rejection against resistance or support zones. 4. Crossing of 21 EMA around interconnecting trend lines. So let's go straight to the chart. We have volatility 75 index chart, 15 minutes time frame. The first thing to do is to load the period separator. We'll go to properties to load that, and then we'll come to show. Here you have the show period separators, so you click to activate your period separator, and you have your period separator seeing the daily period. So the next tool is to use our vertical lines to map out 4-hour periods. Vertical lines to map out 4-hour period. The first 4-hour period for this day. This is the next 4-hour period for this particular day, and this is another 4-hour period. So we map out all the 4-hour periods for the days. Map out all the 4-hour periods. Now what we do now is to use horizontal lines to map out our box. Like this is the closing price of this particular period. The closing price is before the separator. The closing price is always before the separator or the period separator. So you place horizontal line on this closing price here, and then you place another horizontal line on this closing price here to map out from close to close. close to close. So we have that settled there. We have this done. Now what the next thing we are going to do is to divide this box into two. Divide the box into two. It may not be exactly it may not be the exact division, but just try as much as possible to divide it into two, like what I've just done now. I've used my own judgment to divide it into two. Then what we'll do next is we'll look at from the close price before the separator here and the close price before the separator here. What do we have? Is it a downward movement or an upward movement? But as we can see, we have a downward movement here. So what we will do is, when we have a downward movement, we will try and locate, or we will try and map our support or resistance zone on the next 4 hours. So for this downward movement, we will be having a resistance that price has gone down, it should continue to go down, but if it's going to go up, it should meet a resistance. Now for us to identify the point of resistance, we will now divide the upper part. This upper half, we divide it into two, and then we'll use shape. Go to object, rectangle, then shape, to shape out our resistance zone. So the logic is, price is going down in the box, you have a resistance in the upper half. Price is going up in the box, you have a support in the upper half, in the opposing upper half. So for this particular example, we have price going down and we have mapped out our resistance in the upper half here. So that's that for this particular 4-hour period. So we move to the next 4-hour period, which is this. This is the closing price before the separator. This is the closing price before the separator, and this is the closing price before the next separator, 4-hour period separator. So we'll use horizontal lines to map out the box from closing price to closing price. Now this is the box just under our resistance. We are trying to map out whether we will have resistance here or support here. Now from this box, we have closing price to closing price is the downward price movement. So we divide the box into two, divided into two. So in as much as we have a downward price movement, we will have a resistance on the opposing half. So we'll divide this opposing half. We're going to divide the opposing half into two. Then we'll map out our resistance. Map out our resistance. So now we have two resistances here, one here, the other here. So we'll try and check whether we'll have another resistance here. So what we'll do is we'll look at how to identify from the separator to the next close before the separator. We'll put our horizontal lines, one here, other here, close to close. We divide into two. We divide it into two. Okay. Now it's a downward movement, so we have an opposing resistance at the other half. So we'll divide this into two again, and then we'll put the shape to map out our resistance. Put the shape to map out our resistance. Now what we'll do next is what we'll do next is to look at the box. So we'll now plot the resistance and support for the, we are left with this 4-hour period. We are going to plot the resistance and support here. To do that, we'll map out the close of the 4-hour period here. This is the close of this particular 4-hour period. Then we also highlight for this 4-hour period the close before this separator is here. Place the horizontal lines close to close. So now we have an upward price movement. We've been having downward price movement, but this time around we have upward price movement. We divide the box, this particular box, we divide it into two. Divide it into two. Now the opposing, since we have an upward, we've been having downward movement and we have been having resistances. Now we have upward movement, we'll be having support. So this half is where we have our support. We divide it into two. Divide the half into two, and then using shape, map out the support. We map out this support. So we have to check whether we have a support or resistance here. But how do we go about that? We will highlight with horizontal line close to close before each separator. Now we have a close here, which is a bearish candle. We have a close, then we have another close here, this time around a bullish candle. So these are our rectangular box. We divide it into two, but before we divide it into two, you can see that price made a downward movement. So the opposing half will have a resistance. So this is a very small box, so we don't need to divide this particular one into two further. All we'll do is just put the shape to cover the entire half. Now we have our resistance here, so we need to map out the 4-hour period for this particular area, and also map out another 4-hour period. Now we are left with whether we will have a support or resistance here. So what we'll do is to, using a horizontal line, map out the closing price for this particular candle is around here, is a bullish candle. So we have our closing price there. Then we have another closing price somewhere here. So we'll divide it into two. We divide it into two. Then the movement is a downward movement from close to close. We have a lower close here, so it's a downward price movement. So we have a resistance. For every downward price movement, it will be a resistance on the next 4 hours, and for every upward price movement within the 4-hour mapping, it will be a support in the next 4-hour period. Now finally, we are going to do for this period. So from close to close, this is the close of this candle. Here is a bullish candle with a long wick. Put the horizontal line on the closing price. Then the closing price for this candle, now we divide it into two, and we have upward price movement. Upward price, so we have a support. So we'll map out our support with a shape, a rectangular shape. Now we have our resistance and support zones. Resistance and support zones. So what we'll do next is we'll load the 21 EMA. load the 21 EMA on the chart. 21 EMA. And we might call it we might color it yellow or gold. And that's our this is our 21 EMA. We will now use a trend line to connect. We use trend line to connect the support and resistance zones. Here connect. Use trend line to connect our support and resistance zones at the middle, exactly at the middle. Connect at the middle, from middle to middle. Connect the support and resistance zones. That's that. And finally here. So that's that. Now for the strategy, price sneak or slide between support and resistance zones. Now here there is a sneak here, but it failed. There's a sneak here, but it failed, and then price went down. There's another sneak here, but it failed, price went down. So this is a downward price movement. But if it sneaks and goes up above this zone, then we have a trend reversal and price will tick up. Then the next condition is price break and close above resistance zone, below support zone. Now this is our resistance zone. If price goes up and break and close above this, we'll have upward price movement. Now this is a support zone. Price broke and closed below this support zone. We can see what happened. Price went down. Price broke and closed above resistance. I think this is a resistance zone. Price broke and closed above this area, but it failed, and then price went down and broke this support zone. So we can see what happened. It came down. So another condition is above 4-hour period range high, below 4-hour period range low. Now the current price is here, so our 4-hour period range high will be the previous 4-hour period. Now the highest point on this 4-hour period is your range high, and the lowest point is your range. I can see price broke the range low here, and we will expect price to continue to go downwards. Another condition is price rejection against resistance or support zone. Now like there is a rejection here, this is that price is going down. There's another rejection here, it's a pointer that price is going down. So there are times you have rejection against the zones. Just note that price will go the other way. And finally, crossing of 21 EMA around interconnecting trend lines. Now there is a crossing of 21 EMA here, but it failed. But there are times it will cross and then it will start a fresh trend. But from here to here, we have like a range. So the crossing may not really work in times when there is a range, but when there is a trend, the crossing will shape out your trend and tell you where price is heading to. So that's that for the mega smash strategy. For the mega smash strategy, you can go to our website, www.binfxtrader.com, to learn more about this strategy. Want you to like our videos, want you to subscribe to our channel, and want you to make comments or give feedback on the videos. Also hit the notification button at the bottom. So till I come your way next time, is bye for now.